We are recording to do an online improv today with.
Thalia! Thank you, Christian. Thank you for having me. I have the book for suggestions. We have The
Yes.
Captain in the Rye. As I
Yeah.
said, the most psychotic book that I've ever tried to read because it's a full sentence. The whole thing, it doesn't stop.
Oh, I thought we would have one sentence from that book, but apparently not.
It's impossible because everything is just going on. It's like a book without stop.
Oh.
So,
So
should
we'll
I?
go to page 40.
40. Okay. Ooh, very close. Page 40.
And we will just take something on the first line.
Some things are hard to remember. I'm thinking now of when Strandalter got back from his date with Jane.
Thanks. You can use from that whatever you want, but yeah, thanks.
Some things are hard to remember. Some things are very hard to remember. Especially when you're a child. I think it's very difficult to define what comes from your imagination and what is actually real. So, what have you actually experienced? It took me a lot of years, actually, to remember some of the things in the past. Like, I always had a fear of basements, and only very recently, or relatively recently, I discovered that as a child, I always thought that there were three big dragons in the basement that were emitting fire from their big mouth. And it's always hard to remember. Was it the dragon that was so fearful? Was it the fact that it was emitting fire? Was it the fact that my grandpa was just using the basement as his workstation? So, as a child, you always have this thing that you remember things that are good, but you keep on forgetting things that are maybe more difficult to digest. Like being bullied.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be sorry, it's not your fault.
I was there when you got bullied.
I know you were there, but I now know that it was never your responsibility to defend me.
What I feel it was. I feel like this big open wound of that I didn't do what I was supposed to do.
But you shouldn't even think about it. First of all, it's been ages. Now we're both adults. And then like don't assume that the responsibility as my bigger brother. Stephanie, it was never your responsibility to defend me.
Thanks. It's it's like if you have healed the wounds from that time better than I have.
I mean,
Like,
5 years in therapy do that to you, right?
yeah. I should have taken the offer for therapy.
I mean, I told you it helped me so much. I started even remembering things of our past. Like, you remember how I never liked to go down in the basement?
Yeah.
I discovered there were dragons there.
Oh, I mean, Grandpa's big papier-mâché,
Yes,
they were amazing.
they were huge and they were gold with a little bit of red and green. Do you remember the green one?
Oh, yeah. And then the plastic he used as a tongue.
Yeah, and it was just like unfolding itself, so it was a tongue of 100 meters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When he got used the gas blower to do the burning.
That was crazy for me. And back then, I really believed they were real. I was certain that the three dragons that Grandpa was using were real. That's why I started refusing going down there.
Yeah, I remember you used to scream in your dreams.
Yeah, I mean, I had nightmares for ages. I can't remember like one night just going to sleep and not thinking of those dragons.
But you're past that.
I am. You know what else I remember? When
So,
you first saw Conan the Barbarian with Dad, and then you couldn't sleep for a month. You were so shocked by the man that turned into a snake. Do you remember that?
yeah, I still have creeps about snakes. It's like they can be in every corner.
It's what Dr. Rye says to me. Those things that happened in the past and you don't remember have actually a greater impact on you than the things you remember.
The things I don't remember has a big,
Hmm.
but I don't know what I don't remember.
I know. Isn't that like the most fucked up thing ever?
So, and actually, I wondered. You remember when we were on the trip out to the coast?
Yeah, that was like the best trip we took as a family.
But somehow the Sunday afternoon, I can't remember.
Sunday
I
afternoon.
remember we were sitting eating in the evening,
Yeah.
the dinner
Hmm?
in between,
Mm-hmm.
uh, around midday, but the middle is like a black hole.
Hmm.
And it's just, I have the feeling there's something important there.
So are you talking about the time that we run in the beach?
We did?
I think we were racing as to who reaches the shore first.
Would have been me.
Was it though? I don't remember that.
Well, I don't remember the whole running thing.
So you're just hypothesizing, Stefan, aren't you?
Well, you told me we were running.
We were running, but I won. That's how I remember it, at least.
Well, Beatrice, it's basically this is your memory and not mine.
Maybe the reason why you don't remember it was because losing to your little sister was so dramatic for you.
Yeah, we've been talking about that I'm a sore loser, especially to you.
I didn't want to bring that up, but since you have, I mean, do you remember when we were playing Uno or Monopoly?
Wakely. I
Hmm.
never really liked those games.
Is that why you always ended up turning the boards upside down?
My temper, you. So Bethany,
Hmm.
are we good siblings?
Hmm. It's a very interesting question, as Dr. Rye would say. What makes good siblings, Stefan?
Well, we do have a common history. We do have some common memories.
We have a lot of common memories. I mean, we grew up in the same house for 16 years.
And indulge the same dog.
It's true our little puppy.
Oh, actually, I still remember Molly running
Molly,
around begging for food.
yeah, and she was like the perfect vacuum cleaner. You remember that? Every
Yeah,
time we were eating, she would just come under us and like eat everything.
yeah. And I actually think I won running a race against Molly.
I think you definitely did. Molly was overweight. I mean, it was really difficult for Molly to win.
Maybe that's why I loved her.
Hmm.
Well,
And we are still spending a lot of time together, despite being adults.
yeah,
Maybe that makes us good siblings.
but maybe too good because none of us have got married.
Hmm.
Maybe we're too close, clenching to each other.
I mean, I think now you're just being a little bit silly because we don't live together. I
Oh,
mean, that
but
would be clingy towards each
oh
other.
yeah, yeah, that would be awkward.
Yeah.
Uh, no, but we still eat together once a week.
Yeah, but that's healthy. That's like how siblings are like keeping in touch with one another. And I mean,
Yeah,
we are both interacting with the parents still.
yeah.
And okay, grandpa is still just speaking to you and not to me, but I think that that's fine.
Yeah, it's just I'm wondering about where's life taking me.
Hmm.
Am I living in the past relationships too much?
Hmm. Interesting. Hold that thought while I bring the popcorn.
It's nice spending time with Bethany. She's so understanding. And I got to pick the movie. I mean, Conan the Barbarian too. I need to get over that thing with this snake. I don't need therapy. I just need to front my fears. Mm, popcorn. Can you bring extra salt?
So, you say you come here because you think your relationships are healthy?
Yeah.
Hmm. You know, I've never had people come over because they think that they are healthy. But there is always a first time for everything.
Yeah, Bettina.
Yeah, you can call me Dr. Bettina. That's how I like my patients to call me.
Oh. So you make home visits here as Bethany's?
Yeah, I do that. And I always come with my book and pencil to write notes about what's happening in someone's house because that's where they are the most vulnerable, you know?
So I've been tricked into therapy?
Well, your sister spoke very highly of you, but she said that you often don't remember what happened in your past.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
she expressed like a very strong worry about your relationship with her, but she was very uncomfortable in discussing about it. So she hired me to investigate what's
oh,
really going on with Stefan, what's going on inside.
well, I guess if she said it has to be, it has to be. Just bring it on. Have this motto: I have to face my demons.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to watch Conan the Barbarian.
Is that the demon you're still facing?
I had nightmares about the Snake Man.
Do you still have nightmares 30 years later?
I still don't like snakes.
I'm just writing that down. That's very interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very interesting. What else is going on with Stefan?
It was
Yeah,
me?
you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm wondering where life will take me.
Is that a quest for a future when you're not focusing on the present? I'm writing that down as well.
Hmm. Oh, the present is like the same thing repeating itself every
Mm.
day.
So it's like a hamster wheel you're living?
Yeah, but isn't everyone?
No.
No?
No.
So there's a way out of the hamster wheel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
There is a way out of the hamster wheel and into your true self. That path is full of awareness. It's a journey of heroes, and it starts with a battle. The battle between the new you and the old you. The who you want to be and who you really are.
can't I get a battle against someone that I can see and face?
No, this is the same battle that Conan the Barbarian actually went through before facing the Snake Man. He had to decide, and so do you. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be Stefan the Barbarian or Stefan the Hamster Wheel Man?
Well, that sounds like a. I'm not brave enough to be the barbarian, I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of, Stefan?
Well, I know my daily routines.
Mm-hmm.
And what if the daily routines does that I don't eat together once a week with Bethany?
What will happen if Bethany disappears?
Disappears?
Yeah. What would happen if Bethany decides to just like move away from here
Has she,
into a new country?
has she talked about that?
I don't know. There's patient and doctor confidentiality.
You just put that out here and
Yes, because it's all about you, Stefan.
well,
It has never been about Bethany. It has always been about you embarking on the journey and saying yes to life. What are you gonna say, Stefan?
yes,
Yes!
yes,
Yes!
yes,
Yes!
yes.
Yes! Say it like you are the Stefan the Barbarian now. Say it with conviction.
That's
I know
tough.
you can. No, there is no tough anymore. You can do it. You can face the Snake Man. Say it with me. Say yes.
No, I just see small snakes and all the shadows.
Yes. You can make them disappear with one word.
Oh.
Say it. Say it louder.
Yes, I'm the barbarian. Yes.
Yes!
Yes. Can I
Yes!
get some popcorn, Bethany? Where are you staying?
Yes! My work here is done.
And scene.
Yes,
Yes.
Christian.
That's actually tough for me as a character, as a person to be that loud.
This is the best thing about improv. It's not you. It's
Yeah.
Stefan that needs to be loud. It's Stefan that needs to say yes to his fear.
Yes, you're right. Interest. Yeah. Oh, that was 18 minutes.
It was good. It was good. We
Was.
discovered so much about
Yeah.
Bethany and Stefan
Stefan and therapy.
and therapy. Yeah. Dr. Rye. What was her name?
Dr. Rye. Bettina Rye.
Bettina Rye. Interesting.
I actually thought for a moment that Bethany had a dual personality. That's why I called you Bettina.
That could have been fun if I had caught up on that. God damn
Oh,
it.
well,
I like to play twisted characters.
yeah, cool, great. Yeah, and interesting to, put it on a good, we had a good basis, solid stuff in the background. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, our base reality was very normal.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you got to push me. No, it's interesting because a lot of scenes you get to, one is what called enabler. You take the character and you basically push my character, and that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, that's super true. But
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't played together a lot. I think we've done maybe 2 or 3 scenes
Yeah, and jams or something.
in jams and something exactly. So it's not that we know so well how to play with each other, but I think it's good if you say that I found like the right button to kind of
Oh, well, I haven't counted them, but I've done about 80, 90 or 100 duo scenes, mostly with people I've never played with.
Very nice.
So that's interesting. But yeah, if you play more with people, you get more, allow yourself to do more
Yes, you
out
also
of
know
character thing, out
people's
of.
exactly. You know people's boundaries, I think, and then it's easier to play with that.
Yeah, but it's, yeah. No, great character play, great breaking the thing. So yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, there's so much reality stuff in it. Actually, I can't remember a lot from my childhood, but
It's interesting. I actually took a lot of things from my childhood and I gave them to you.
we had a dog called Molly, but it was a small, what's it called? Yeah, it wasn't a Dalmatiner, but yeah, you grab the stuff you have.
Yes, exactly.
So.
I've heard that the best way to move with improv is being 80% yourself and 20% your character. So
Oh yeah. Being, well, there are a lot of ways to put it. Be yourself in a strange situation. Or so, who are you? Are you Bethany or Doctor?
that I will leave
Or
to the
both?
imagination.
Or both? Both.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. So you've done a lot of, jams and stuff, and a few duo stuff.
I love the jams actually. That's also where we met, right?
Mm.
You meet a lot of interesting people, and you do get to play with people that you would not normally interact with, given the location. I mean, not
Mm.
anything else. But it's been interesting, I think, in times of COVID to kind of explore the digital improv space.
Yeah. Yeah, and the people and jams, and also yeah, well, at one point I just wrote out to a bunch of people if they want to do duos, and I didn't know them, but they responded. So
It works. I think people in general have an appetite to play. It's a good way to break your boring day otherwise.
yeah, yeah, and also at that point that was first lockdown
Hmm?
period. So yeah, and to use it to get away from other stuff you have in the daily. That's a good runaway.
For sure. For
Mm.
sure. I mean, for me, it's like it's a nice break in my life.
Yeah, and it's for this limited, you can be an imaginative thing. It is. So, how long have you been doing improv?
About 3 years.
3 years. And well, Jay probably asked you how you started improv. So I usually ask, why are you still doing it?
I love improv. I think it allows me to kind of like it's a vessel for my creativity. Uh,
Mm,
and playing with people, so kind of like having either this one-to-one scenes or like duos or like being in part of bigger groups is also like super nice from a social perspective, right? You
yeah.
get to, again, like you get to know to play different characters with different traits and still bring something from yourself. And I don't know, I just just find it very, hi Juve, you have like a, not Molly, but you have Juve now.
Ah.
I decided to join.
Mm,
Yeah, but I love improv actually. I find it super interesting because it keeps me to my toes as well. So it's a little bit different. I used to play theater when I was younger,
mm,
and of course, like you really go into a character, but you have a very set frame. And instead with improv, you are just welcome to come up with anything you possibly can.
yeah. I did try once some theater stuff, but remembering lines wasn't my strong side. So.
That is a prerequisite, to be honest.
Mm, yeah. Well, let's say goodbye to the camera out there. You
Yes,
forgot we're still recording.
I totally did. I thought we were just talking.
Yeah.
So goodbye, camera. Thank you.